He was sitting alone again. His backpack was old, the zipper fraying. His shirt hung a little loose, like it had belonged to someone else first. He kept his head down, hands folded on the empty table in front of him. No tray, no lunch. It wasn't the first time. Across the cafeteria, Emma noticed. She had never talked to him. His name was Jordan, she thought, but she'd seen him around. Always quiet and alone, he acted like he didn't mind. But that day, he looked tired of pretending. Emma glanced at her sandwich, turkey with mustard, the way she liked it. Without thinking too hard, she took half of the sandwich her mother always cut diagonally, wrapped one side in a napkin, and stood up. She didn't ask if he wanted it or say anything at all. She simply walked to his table, slid half the sandwich in front of him, and turned to leave. Jordan blinked up at her. Why? Emma turned back and shrugged, half smiling. You looked hungry. Then she walked away. Years passed. Friendships came and went, locker doors slammed, and exams stressed everyone out. Jordan started to smile more, to speak up more. He joined clubs, made the honor roll. And Emma? She didn't even remember that sandwich except as a hazy dream that seemed like it belonged to someone else. Emma hadn't expected thanks. It was just lunch. But Jordan had never forgotten. At graduation, the gym was packed, filled with proud parents wiping their eyes while the students buzzed with excitement. When Jordan Delgado was called up as valedictorian, no one was surprised. He had earned it. But when he stepped to the podium, he paused, hands shaking slightly, eyes scanning the crowd. I want to tell you a story, he began. It's about a sandwich. The crowd chuckled. Jordan smiled, a nervous energy coursing through him, but determined to share his story. Back in 7th grade, I forgot my lunch. It was the second or third time that week, and I didn't know what was worse, being hungry or feeling like I didn't matter enough for anyone to notice. He paused, voice catching just a little. But someone did. He looked out over the rows of caps and gowns and locked eyes with Emma. She blinked in surprise. Emma didn't say anything, he continued. She didn't ask questions. She just split her sandwich and gave me half. That day, I didn't just eat. I felt seen. I felt human. Silence fell across the room. That one moment taught me something I've carried with me ever since. Kindness doesn't have to be loud to be life-changing. Sometimes all it takes is half a sandwich. Emma sat frozen, her hands over her mouth. She didn't cry. Not exactly. But her heart had never felt so full. After the ceremony, the crowd thinned out. Families clustered for photos, tossing graduation caps in the air, and teachers hugged students. Somewhere in the chaos, Emma found herself standing by the bleachers, still stunned. Hey! She turned. Jordan stood a few steps away, his cap tucked under his arm, his honor cord slightly askew. His eyes were bright, but his voice was quiet. You didn't have to say my name, she breathed, a small smile tugging at her lips. I didn't have to, he said, but I wanted to. That day, it really did change things for me. Emma shrugged, a little embarrassed now. It was just a sandwich. No, Jordan said. It was a moment. A lifeline. When you're a kid and you feel invisible, one person noticing you can change the whole way you see yourself. She looked at him, really looked at him. Jordan was taller now, carrying himself with unconcealed confidence. Underneath it all, he was still the same quiet boy. I'm glad you're doing well, she said. I owe more of it to you than you think. Emma laughed, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. You did the work, Jordan. I just handed you lunch. He smiled, then pulled something from his pocket. It was a folded napkin, old, faded, but carefully preserved. No way, Emma whispered. I kept it, he said. Not for the sandwich, for the reminder. She blinked, caught off guard. You're such a sap. I'm a grateful sap, he said, laughing. Besides, it makes a good story. Well, she said, bumping his shoulder gently, if you're ever hungry again, you know who to call. He grinned. Deal. But next time, I'm buying. Not every life-changing moment comes with fireworks or headlines. Sometimes it's quiet, simple, kind, just one sandwich, and someone who cared enough to share it.
Original, heartwarming fiction every week. Subscribe for your next great story.